This is actually gonna make me look like a total fanboy because it is 4:14 in the morning and I'm up and I just happened to fucking check the pages and lo and behold, both of the chapters was out. So I decided instead of going to sleep to fucking put on my shades and start doing this video. I'm gonna start with the Naruto chapter first because that one like weirded me the fuck out when I read it. So I'm gonna get through that one first. Then I'm gonna do the you know how I do that shit. Why am I fucking explaining this shit to you people? This chapter is called Alive, and it's Naruto 602 for those of you that don't know. And this pretty much like dispels all those fucking theories that Obito actually died, but his body was used as some type of catalyst or something like that. Because it's clearly him, and I can see kind of what Kishimoto's trying to do. He's trying to paint the picture that like Obito was still himself up until this point, and something either happened or something was said that made him agree with Madara's ideals or whatever. Because right now, Obito is still holding on to who he is. He's still like, oh, I help old people, but fuck that. I'm not that guy. I mean, it was a fucking page in there where he was still like silly Obito. Like he thought Madara was a Shinigami, and he was like, Rah! Something that bothered me though. Like I don't know if it's gonna be explained. Probably not, but it bothered me because Madara was like, yeah, I'm just shocked that boulder didn't crush you. And I'm like, what? Like, I mean, in every fucking shot we've seen of the event that happened during the past, the boulders clearly fell on him. And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Like, I have no idea what could have happened. Maybe he fucking dimension slipped through the rocks, which I highly doubt. But I have no idea how Obito was able to like survive, slip through those rocks. Because apparently he slipped through the rock. Unless I'm reading this shit wrong, like the rocks didn't crush him. Well, they crushed that one side, but the rocks falling on him didn't physically crush him to the point of death. I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that shit wrong. Chapter also confirms that somewhere in the past, like I don't know when, because I don't know how much older. Fuck it. Somewhere in this timeline, Madara met Nagato and gave Nagato his own eyes. I don't know. I want to know like why he would do that though, because according to what Toby was saying when he was masquerading as Madara was, yeah, I gave Nagato the Rinnegan, and that makes sense now because we know that Madara awakened the Rinnegan before he died. So I mean, like, was it before he died or after the? Either way, it was awakened like right around now. So he actually surgically removed his eyes in some type of way, put him in this child. But with whose help though? That's kind of weird. Probably did it one at a time, I guess. Like he took one of his out, put another Sharingan in, and yeah, okay, I see that. But why? That's weird to me. Because would Nagato have that potential already to be able to control the Rinnegan? Is it because of the Uzumaki blood, maybe? Because of the Uzumaki and the Senju being relatives? I don't know. I'm sorry for thinking while I'm recording this video, but I'm kind of weirded out by that. This might sound crazy, but on some type of psychological level, like everything Madara's saying is somewhat true, but I think it's taken to the most extreme. Because when he's talking to Obito, he says something like, you know, in this world, like the things that you want don't become a reality. You know, if there are winners in this world, there also have to be losers, correct? You know, speaking on the duality of things, meaning if there is, you know, all this hate in the world, that means it was born from some love, or vice versa. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but he's preaching on it like from the most, I hate to say this, but from the mouths of the losers, everything is gonna sound negative. And because he is technically the loser in the scenario between his clan and the Senju clan, the Hokage, the first Hokage, and him not being the first Hokage, the rivalry between Hashirama and himself, he's the loser in all three of those scenarios. So everything he would say would be negative. That's just how it is. And because Kishimoto writes things based on a duality, his character really, 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 to me anyway, really makes sense. His character really is like the main antagonist. Like, I don't know why I didn't come to that realization before. You know, with him fighting the Kayes, I'm like, oh, okay, it's just some guy brought back to, well, not some guy, I knew who it was, but it's like, yeah, he just got brought back to life, and he's here to serve as a catalyst of like power to like be able to just shit on these 5 characters. But because of the like dual nature of things that Kishimoto writes, you can just tell that Madara is like to be the primary antagonist. So this chapter really showed me like Madara's like character and his manipulation ability. And you can't even really say that he was a cold, calculating dude, because as cruel as this shit sounds, he was actually telling Obito, if you can make it out of here, then you can just leave, you know, or you can die right here. You can die or you can leave, but either way, you're not gonna get what you want. Also, it's shown that Madara is like staying alive because he's absorbing chakra from the Mazo. That was weird to me, because the Mazo like looks slightly different. Like it looks kind of spiky and furry and shit. And you see all that Hashirama DNA and all that type of stuff. I'm like, wow, that was kind of weird to see. And he says that if he stops absorbing the chakra, he'll die like right away. So I wonder if that's what like finally killed him. He just stopped absorbing chakra because he convinced Obito to bring him back in a prime state. So that made it happen, you know. And that's pretty much like the gist of the chapter. It ends with Obito like still trying to crawl forward and just like, don't worry, Kakashi and Ren, I'm coming towards you guys. He's like really focused on the fact that he's awakened his Sharingan, and now he feels like he has confidence now to protect his friends, and that's what he's trying to do. So you can kind of see the Naruto in Obito right there. But yeah, like of course it's gonna be a fucking complete 180 because of who he is in the future. So yeah, I thought this was a good chapter though. Like, I may be the only one that feels that way, but I thought it was a good chapter because of course we needed the flashbacks to understand the relationship that these two have. But I like to see that it wasn't like Obito just converted right away. And from what I'm gathering, it seems like he's gonna actually have to witness something that's gonna make him change. Like, I don't know if just hearing something from Madara's mouth would have changed him, because he even called him like a crazy old fuck, you know, when Madara was talking to him. So Obito is obviously gonna have to witness something happening, which probably awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan. You know, so someone left a comment in one of my old videos, and that comment is here. How do you guys feel about the comments that Bankai made? Because on certain points, I do totally agree with them, right? Like, I don't think that Madara is irrelevant. I think that a lot of the stuff that Madara did is really just saved for the anime. I mean, that's where you get most of your fight scenes at. Most of the fight scenes and all that shit that usually happens in the anime. So a lot of that we're probably just gonna have to wait and see in the anime. I mean, it's not gonna all just be fucking like off-screen defeats. You know, I don't think it's gonna be like some tight Kubo shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna be like that. But I think Madara, I don't think he's irrelevant. I mean, obviously he's like I said, the major antagonist. Most of the shit that's happened in the ninja world so far, you know, is like been according to his plan. So I don't think he's irrelevant. But I do agree with what he said about Naruto gaining like his fucking goal. He achieved his goal during a pain arc, but the Sasuke shit is holding him back. I do agree with that. When I read the comment, I was like, wow, that shit kind of, you feel strongly about that shit. So it kind of made me, it made me laugh a bit, but I was just kind of like, yeah, man, I totally agree. I don't know about Kishimoto having lazy writing. I mean, because it's like obvious that he's kind of planning this stuff, though, right? I mean, it is to me, but I think either way with this whole Toby reveal thing, that one, it was just gonna be lackluster no matter who it was. Like, even if it had turned out to be Donzo, we would have been shocked for all of 2 seconds, and then you would have either been pissed off about it or you would have accepted it, which is what's happening now with Obito. You either are pissed off about it or you accepted it. Me personally, I thought it was Obito for a while. I actually am like not opposed to that idea. I'm not gonna have a fucking Sawyer meltdown and fucking go on my bed and start crying and shit. You know, like I saw it. I expected it to be Obito, and like I'm happy that it is Obito. You know, because a lot of people are failing to realize that Kishimoto does things. I don't know that man personally, but he does things from what I can tell based on a duality. You know, you have fucking the legendary Sanin, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Orochimaru. Orochimaru was the prize student. Turned out to be a wayward, crazy fuck. Then you have Jiraiya, who has affection for the teammates that are not reciprocated. I'm not saying that Tsunade liked Orochimaru. I'm just saying that those feelings were reciprocated between the two. That passed on to the next generation, which was fucking Minato's team. You have Obito, Ren, Kakashi. Kakashi is the prize student, but his attitude-wise, he's a douchebag, right? You have Obito, who is a part of this legendary clan, but he's a total fuck-up. And he is the Naruto of that universe, of that particular time plane. He's the Naruto. And Ren is the girl of his affection. Everything from what I can tell is based on a duality. Friends having to fight each other. That shit is, from what I can tell, is based on that. Generation to generation to generation. So I don't think it's lazy writing. I just think the writing isn't for everybody. I mean, yeah, you can't please everybody with your writing. We all know that. You can't please everyone. I mean, not everyone is a fan of Edgar Allan Poe, but it can't even be argued that he's one of the greatest fucking writers of all time. You know, but everyone doesn't like him. So everyone's not gonna like every decision that Kishimoto makes. You know, I mean, I don't know who they would have been more satisfied with it being. I think a lot of people would have been more satisfied with it being Ozuna, but to me, that really wouldn't have made that much sense. So tell me what you guys think about Bankai Ace's comments, man. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Cause like I said, I agree with some points. I think dude made some real good ass points. You know, if you can rebut those, that'll be awesome. If you can, you know, explain that shit intelligently. Give this review a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if it sucks ass. And I'm getting some comments about like the audio and like the camera that I'm using currently sucks so much ass that I can't even fix it. So it's nothing I can do. I'm trying to talk loud, but it's stupid to do because, like I said, I live in a, so everyone can kind of hear me screaming out. So I don't want to do that. I mean, I could get closer to the camera, but that'll be weird because you'll just see my face in this much of the screen. That'll be weird. But I'm hoping to get those issues fixed because I actually have another camera. But I'm having issues with that one as well as far as the video is concerned because that one's kind of choppy. Don't want to use that shit. So for now, I'm just going to stick to using this one. Yeah, if you could give this video a thumbs up. Send some comments down below, man. And see you guys next Wednesday.